start off with just a little read along here, quick. So this is off of CBS.com by Jordan Dejani. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but Rams claim Baker Mayfield off waivers. Yeah, I know everyone knows that. The Los Angeles Rams are adding quarterback to their roster as they claimed former Carolina Panthers signal caller Baker Mayfield. The former number 1 overall pick of the Cleveland Browns was released by Carolina on Monday after just 7 games played with the Panthers. Carolina is now off the hook for the $1.4 million the quarterback was owed, so that's one of the reasons that he was released. The Rams claimed Mayfield since they needed a quarterback with Matthew Stafford on IR and John Wolford dealing with a neck injury. Additionally, the Rams will get back a comp pick if Mayfield signs somewhere else next offseason. So that's reason number 2 that the Rams signed him, because we all know the Rams and Les Snead love those comp picks. There's a shot Mayfield could play in 2 days versus the Raiders. This was written yesterday. The team is reportedly in the process of sending the playbook to their new quarterback. And I'll just say Sean McVay's press conference today, he did state that he seems to be leaning towards Baker Mayfield being active for the game. He wouldn't commit to him starting, so we really don't know if it's going to be Bryce Perkins, John Wolford, or Baker Mayfield. I doubt he starts. I really doubt he starts. But apart from adding a quarterback who can finish out the season, the Rams also may have some waiver wire defense, keeping Mayfield from rival 49ers. I won't read too much into this. It's something that I think is a fun narrative, and it's something that we love as fans and we love as rivalries. From what I gathered in Sean McVay's press conference today, that really wasn't a reason for claiming Baker Mayfield. There's a lot more reasons to claim him than just being petty to the Niners. And realistically, with where the Niners are on the waiver wire priority, they probably wouldn't have got him anyway, even if the Niners did want him. So I'm not too worried about that, but just that's my opinions on that narrative, but I'd love to hear yours. Mayfield got the start at quarterback for the Panthers to begin the year after Carolina sent Cleveland a conditional fourth round pick for his services. However, a high ankle sprain suffered in week 5 knocked him out of the starting lineup. Mayfield went 1-5 as a starter for Carolina and completed 57.8% of his passes for 1,313 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, total of 7 games. And just to point that out there, that there was also something to do with if Baker would have played more for Carolina and started a certain percentage of snaps, the trade turned into some sort of 5th round pick or something like that. There was something to do with this specific pick, and it was another reason that Carolina wanted to release him. So that was reason number 3. The Rams were one of our top 4 projected. Okay, we don't need CBS to just bragging there, but that is kind of just some nuts and bolts to it. I am of the mindset, any of you that saw me on the NFC West Network last night, I'm excited about the move. I think it's a low risk move. I don't think that it's a criticism of Matthew Stafford. I do think it very much is. You have a chance to add depth to your quarterback room, and you took it, right? The teams in front of you, the Texans, the Broncos, they didn't want to claim him, so the Rams were able to claim him. And the reality is, we have an injured starting quarterback who's likely going to miss the rest of the year. We have an injured backup quarterback who's had a neck issue that's been lingering all year long. And when you're onto your 3rd string quarterback, and I love cheering on Bryce Perkins. I love Percules. I will cheer him on forever. But when you have the opportunity to add someone with, a lot of playing experience, he was the former number 1 overall pick. And he does have arm talent, right? I'm not saying he's the perfect quarterback, and there's criticisms there for sure to his game, but he's got some arm talent. And if you feel that he is an upgrade to your quarterback room and brings depth to your team, why not take a chance on him, right? I love this move. I'm really excited about it. And I kind of, and I'll finish off with this, and then I'll get to your comments. I kind of see, three major, three outcomes this could happen. Number one, Baker plays for the Rams this year, and he's not good at all. You just see he's lost it, and you move on with him, and it costs you $1.5 million, which in the NFL world for a quarterback, especially a backup quarterback, that's practically nothing. It was worth it, and you get a comp pick if he goes to another team next year, because like that's the way his contract works. Or he plays well for the Rams, and he plays well enough in Sean McVay's system and well enough for the Rams that he still kind of hopefully in the prime of his career is your backup to Matthew Stafford next year, assuming Stafford is healthy. If Stafford's not healthy, maybe he gets a chance at being the full-time starter next season. Or there's the third option, which I'm not going to say this is best case scenario, but he plays well enough that before the Rams, release him or his contract just goes away, maybe he's trade bait. And again, I don't know that. That's just some speculation. I never want to just put that label trade bait on a player, but the quarterback is a position that teams need a lot of, and if the Rams could capitalize on that, maybe that's something that happens. And in regards to Wolford and Perkins, again, we have they're on our team, the Rams. I love cheering them on, but the reality is there are other quarterbacks that can upgrade over that. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm going to get to your comments here. And I like the move. I like the move. Maybe you don't, but I think it's a low risk, high reward scenario. And I think the Rams made a fun move here. And if nothing else, people care about the Rams all of a sudden again, right? Because let's face it, people stop caring about us.